At exactly 3:07 a.m., I saw a woman standing in the middle of an empty Texas highway. She was wearing a white dress. She wasn't moving. She wasn't asking for help. She was just staring at my truck. I drove past her, but when I checked my rear view mirror, she was sitting in the back seat. And that's when I realized I was not alone. My name is Jake. I'm a truck driver, and that night I was driving from Dallas to El Paso. It was almost 3 a.m. The highway was completely empty. No cars, no streetlights, just darkness stretching for miles. I turned the radio on to keep myself awake. Suddenly, the music stopped. Static filled the speakers. Then I heard a woman's voice. Very quietly, she whispered, "Don't look behind you." I immediately turned the radio off. I laughed nervously. I thought it was just a bad signal. Then I looked at the clock. 3:07 a.m. A few minutes later, I saw something ahead. At first, I thought it was a road sign. Then my headlights got closer. It was a woman, standing directly beside the highway. She was wearing an old white dress. Her hair covered most of her face. I slowed down. Something about her felt wrong. She didn't move. She didn't wave. She didn't even look at the truck. I passed her, and the second she disappeared from my headlights, I heard 3 knocks. Knock, 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 from inside my truck. I froze. I looked at the passenger seat. Empty. I checked the back. Nothing. I told myself I was imagining things. Then I looked in the rearview mirror, and my blood went cold. The woman was sitting in the back seat. Her head was down. Her long hair covered her face. I couldn't breathe. I slammed the brakes. The truck stopped. I turned around. The back seat was empty. She was gone. I jumped out of the truck and opened every door. Nothing. No one. I checked underneath the truck. Nothing. I climbed back inside and locked the doors. Then my phone vibrated. I had no signal, but somehow I received a text message. It said, "You shouldn't have stopped." I stared at the screen. Then another message appeared. "Keep driving." I started driving again. I didn't care where the road went. I just wanted to get away. 5 minutes later, I saw the woman again. This time, she was standing in the middle of the highway. I hit the brakes. But before the truck completely stopped, she disappeared. I looked around. Nothing. Then I heard breathing right next to my ear. Slow, heavy, cold. I didn't move. I slowly looked toward the passenger seat. No one was there, but the passenger window was completely covered in fingerprints from the inside. The radio suddenly turned on by itself. Static filled the truck. Then the woman's voice returned. This time she sounded terrified. She whispered, "Whatever you do, don't let her see your face." I stared at the radio. Then I heard a soft knock on my driver's window. I didn't look. Another knock. Then another. I kept my eyes on the road. Suddenly, someone whispered my name. "Jake." I felt something touch the back of my neck. I wanted to scream, but I remembered the warning. Don't let her see your face. So I kept driving. The sun finally started coming up. The darkness disappeared. I reached the nearest truck stop. I jumped out and ran inside. The moment I entered, the cashier looked at me strangely. Then he asked, "Are you okay?" I said, "Why?" He pointed toward my truck. "There's a woman sitting in the back." My heart stopped. I turned around. The back window was completely black. I couldn't see inside. Then my phone vibrated. One final message appeared. "You didn't look at me." A second message appeared. "So I followed you home." I quit driving that route the next day. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Every night at exactly 3:07 a.m., I hear 3 knocks on my bedroom window. Knock, knock, knock. And last night, I finally looked. There was a woman standing outside, wearing a white dress. And this time, she was smiling, and